everyone, JP Lacey here with the Washington Pokemon team, bringing you our Alola Division playoffs here at the UGA. Round 1 against Patmac and his Sacramento Sandslash. So, should be a fun battle. Pretty scary stuff on Patmac's side. He's got Celesteela, he's got Garchomp, he's got Hatterene. He's got G-Max Pikachu to protect his Celesteela. I mean, just those three are pretty good offensive threats. Mostly what I've been prepping for this week. He also has Milotic. He's got Trick Room Setter and the pumpkin. I can't think of right now. The name Gorgeist, that's it. And so what I'm bringing against him is I'm bringing a weakness policy Starmie with a Patea Berry Fling Sneasel next to it to set it up, so get Starmie to +3 right off the bat. Dynamax go to town. I also have Owen Temple Mudsdale next to a Prankster Swagger Thundurus to have something in Trick Room. And then my Frostlass Tauros combo. So taking a look at what he brought, I forgot to mention the Crobat. The Crobat's makes things really tough. He could go Tailwind, he could go Trick Room. No Gorgeist though, a little bit surprising. Everything else I pretty much expected. The Celesteela is going to be tough to take down. I'm expecting rock coverage on both the Celesteela and the Garchomp, just because rock hits my team really well. Water also hits my team pretty good too, so Milotic makes sense. Not really sure how Hatterene plays in here, but I'm going to go with my Sneasel Starmie combo and my Thundurus Mudsdale combo here. See how they do together, and hopefully I can take game 1. The Starmie at +3 still will not knock out, one-shot a Dynamax Celesteela. So Starmie's got electric coverage with Thunderbolt. It's got water coverage with I think Scald. And then I've got Ice Beam for my ice coverage. So even a Max Lightning at +3 doesn't knock out the Celesteela unless he Tailwinds, and I get an Analytic Boost and an Analytic Starmie. So if Starmie's the last to attack, then I'll get the one-shot, otherwise not going to get it. And lo and behold, I see the Crobat Celesteela lead, one that I was a little bit concerned about because he could go Tailwind, and then any sort of steel move into the Sneasel is going to take it out. I'm not going to get my Fling off. I'm not going to get my weakness policy off. But if he targets into the Starmie and clicks Tailwind turn 1, then I will pick up that one shot. There's no way that Celesteela can one-shot me, and I will, I think it's like a 90% roll or a 95% roll, so I mean there's a chance that it could live with the Sliver, but over 9 out of 10 times I get the one shot. So let's see what he does here. I'm kind of hoping for that, but it could be a little bit of a disaster. No switch out, so that's good. No, lightning rod redirection from Pikachu switching in, which was a current concern, kind of in the back of my mind when clicking my move here. And then we do see the Max. I'm assuming this is Celesteela. I can't imagine it goes Max Crobat on me, but crazier things have happened. But yeah, Celesteela comes out. So let's take a look and see what he does. So he protects Crobat. I think this works out really well for me. I'm assuming he was expecting like a choice scarf from one of these mons and an icy wind. So that worked out really well. I get the +3. I'm not going to pick up this KO on Celesteela, but I'll be close, and then maybe I can Ice Shard the next turn to pick it up. Unless he's AV, then it would be a different story, but clearly he's not. It does about what my calc expected it to do. I think I actually high rolled that one a little bit. And then he's weakness policy, so a little bit scary. And then Steel Spike comes out into the Sneasel. So at first I'm not excited about that, but then I'm thinking about it, and I've got Prankster, Taunt, Thunderous in the back. So I can maintain speed control here. You see there that he was actually physical Celesteela, and funny thing is, we've got two +3 Dynamax mons staring down each other here. But yes, I bring in this Thunderous. I can taunt this Crowbot. Now, if it's Mental Herb, then I'm not in good shape. But I'm expecting it to be Focus Sash, so I'll taunt it, make sure he doesn't get the Tailwind off, and then pick up the KO on the Celesteela. I'll go with a Geyser instead of a Lightning in case he switches in Pikachu. Guard comes out from Steela, so okay. Falls for the taunt, no Mental Herb, and he can't get off the Tailwind. So not much happened this turn, but I think it's a win for me. I maintain speed control. That's really all you can ask for. Here I kind of wish I played a little bit differently. I could have max Hailstormed with the Starmie, and then Weatherballed with the Thunderous, or even Thunderbolt with the Thunderous to pick up the KO on the Celesteela. Then I could have set up Hail for a Weatherball with an impending Garchomp in the back. So probably could have made a slight optimization there, but at the end of the day, I know I'm going to pick up this KO on the Celesteela, so that's good. Unless he gets like a double protect off. I switched out Crobat. In comes the Garchomp, so a little bit of a wasting move on Thunderous here. He goes for the double, doesn't get it. I pick up this KO with the Geyser. And then Thunderous does nothing. So you can see if I had Hailstormed with the Starmie there, I probably would have picked up a double KO, but no big deal. It is what it is. And then Crobat comes back out. So a little bit of a tricky spot. I'll have to taunt the Crobat again, and then just Ice Beam the Garchomp. I was thinking about making a read that he knows that I've got taunt, so he won't click Tailwind, but I just play it safe. Taunt the Crobat and not get greedy. Ice Beam into the Garchomp. Ice Beam will always pick up this KO unless he's like Focus Sash, but he does protect. I get the taunt off, and he Brave Birds, so. Does good damage into Starmie. It is a 2-hit KO, so not great situation here. I'm just going to T-Bolt into the Crobat and then protect the Starmie. I'm expecting a Brave Bird into Starmie again here, so. Garchomp switches out into my Lodex, so that's the fourth mon. Starmie protects. Brave Bird goes into it like I was expecting. and then T-Bolt should pick up the KO here, and it does. That brings it to a 3v2. Feel in pretty good shape here. I think with the hail up, I'd feel in even better shape. Apologies for the dogs in the back. So I think about taunting my Lodic here to make sure it doesn't get like a coil or a hypnosis off, and then ice beaming into the Garchomp. But as I think about this a little more, I'm kind of thinking, you know, yeah, he's probably going to protect again with the Garchomp. I'm going to double up into this Milotic. I can pick up the KO with the double up. If he protects, I'll punish it. If not, you know, I can hopefully maintain, but he doesn't protect the Garchomp, unfortunately. No berry on the Milotic, so the two Thunderbolts pick up this KO. Rock Slide comes out, Charlie Berry. Sorry about that. And yeah, so Charlie Berry comes off. Rock Slide picks up the KO on the Starmie. So I probably could have, you know, if I played it a little differently, picked up some differential here. Now I just got to make sure that, you know, I choose moves that don't miss. It's a 2v1, but Garchomp's a scary mon, so. Quick Weather Ball. Once again, hail would have been nice here. Weather Ball still does a good chunk. I'm not going to live this Rock Slide on Thundurus. And then I'm just hoping that Mudsdale doesn't flinch. Hopefully the Iron Head can pick up this KO. But Mudsdale does flinch. So, now I just need to live and attack here. And then, you know, I'm worried about getting flinch hacks. I'm going with high horsepower. That's going to be my strongest move here with Stab. I'm just hoping that I don't get the 5% miss. And it hits. So that's game one. I'm happy I picked it up. It's a little too close for comfort there. I don't think I was living one more Dragon Claw, so I'm glad that high horsepower hit. Probably could have played some things a little bit better, but all in all, good win. Now I'm just thinking about, okay, how is he going to adjust to game two? I know that I can't get away with the Starmie Sneasel lead again. If he leads the same two mons, you know, with the Crobat and Celesteela, he'll just knock out the Starmie before I get the fling off. So I was just thinking about kind of some things that I was going over in prep, and you know, I noticed the Frostlass Tauros lead's probably pretty good. I was pretty concerned about Phalanx, as you know, the only way that he could hit my Tauros for super effective. A +6 Max Lightning based off of Wild Charge will always pick up a KO on Celesteela, unless he brings Pikachu out. If he brings Pikachu out, I have a Lumberry, so even if he tries to nuzzle my Tauros, you know, I can at least, you know, shake off the paralysis. If he goes Trick Room and he, you know, uses G-Max Hatterene with the Smite, I can shake off the confusion. I've got Steel Spike on there to, you know, take care of even Babiri Hatterene. And then, you know, Max Strike is always nice for speed control. In the back, I think Thunderous Mudsdale's a kind of a good backup there. Worked out well, just cleaning up last game. Hoping to do the same this game. You can see Pat's kind of taking his time here, kind of thinking how he's going to counter my game one win. I mean, he could go in a couple different directions. I'm curious to see what his Hatterene has. I can't imagine him going Trick Room just with this team comp, but you know, he does have a lot of kind of mid-tier speed mons, and my team's just very fast. So I could see him going Trick Room this game, trying to sweep me that way. And then I figure if the Frostlass Tauros doesn't work this game 3, I could lead Thunderous Mudsdale. And go that route. So he switched it up a little bit here. He brought out Crobat Hatterene. I find this rather interesting. He could go a couple different ways with these two mons. Tailwind, Trick Room. But I see the bigger threat here is Hatterene, so I'm just going to go ahead and get off this Frost Breath, get off this Steel Spike, take this Hatterene out. You know, my only concern is I didn't confirm the Focus Sash on Crobat last game because he Brave Bird, so he could be Focus Sash Hatterene and then click Trick Room, which might be a little bit of a problem. I thought about taunting for a brief second, but I want to make sure that I can pick up this KO in case he does max his Hatterene, because it is scary. It's very, very high special attack, so I don't want to mess around with it too much. So he does click Tailwind. I think this is kind of an interesting lead. I can't see Hatterene outspeeding either of these mons under Tailwind, so I get the Frost Breath, I get the Anger Point off. This is a +6 max Steel Spike into the Hatterene. This is picking up a KO unless it's Focus Sash, which it's not. So essentially I just got a free KO there. I'll take it. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do with Hatterene. But definitely an interesting play. I mean, it probably would have been the best answer to maybe my Starmie, if he brought like grass coverage on it or something. Here I'm thinking about burning the Celesteela, but why burn it when I could just one-shot it? I know that I'll live a hit from the Celesteela with the Tauros, and then I just Icy Wind for some speed control next turn. So once again, the max Celesteela comes out. It will be faster because of Tailwind. I'm expecting like maybe a Brave Bird here, but instead he hazes, which is probably was a great tech on his part. At this point, I'm kind of concerned that I lost this game. I'm about to activate a weakness policy on this Celesteela. I can't really hit it with my Tauros. It still has Tailwind up. So not great, not great. Yeah, you can see that Max Lightning does absolutely nothing after being back to neutral with the with the Tauros. So in this situation, I'm thinking I'll just Icy Wind again and max guard, at least stall out a turn of his max. I'm assuming he's probably going to want to target down the Tauros here. You know, make sure that I can't get off another Frost Breath maybe. Brave Birds into the Sandslash. First body, so no more Brave Bird, which is nice. Icy Wind, I'm faster now than the Celesteela, even under the Tailwind. And then this attack goes into the Sandslash. So a little bit of a wasted turn there with the Tauros. I could have got another lightning off, maybe under electric train. I could have got a little more damage, or maybe take out the Crobat. But honestly, I'd rather just kind of leave the Crobat sit on the field right now. It's not going to do a ton, especially with no more Brave Bird. So now I just bring out the Thundurus and hope that a T-Bolt can come close to a KO on the Celesteela. So I'll T-Bolt into that and I'll just Wild Charge into it. I don't really have much better to do. So, you know, like I said, I'm just going to ignore the Crobat for now. Crobat protects, perfect. Wild Charge does nothing. T-Bolt does a fair bit. And I get the para. I don't think it really matters a whole lot here. And then with the Quake coming out, obviously going into Tauros, makes sense. You want to increase your special defense. I'm kind of happy about it. Get rid of Tauros. It's not doing anything at, you know, without any boost. So Celesteela does get the +3 again. But the Tailwind peters out here, which I wasn't even counting turns of Tailwind. But that's a great thing for me, and the max is over. So now I just need to decide what to do with the Celesteela here, and I'll figure at -2 because of the Icy Winds and then the para. I cannot speed with the Mudsdale. I'll take care of the Crobat, and then hopefully a Rock Slide can pick up the KO against the Celesteela. Luckily it protects. So it's not getting any attacks off here, which I'm happy about. Weather Ball does pick up the KO on the Crobat, so you know, no more Tailwinds. Rock Slide is, you know, it protects. So now I get to see the 4th Mon, and it's Milotic. So Thundurus looks to be in great shape here. I'm going to target down the Celesteela here with the Thundurus. Get that out of the way. Yes, get that out of the way. And then I'll just high horsepower into the Milotic. Hopefully that's a 2-hit KO. With the Mudsdale. So T-Ball comes off, pick up the KO with the Thundurus. My leverage uses Ice Beam into Thunderous. And then the high horsepower, not quite a two hit KO, but after a Thunderbolt, I can definitely take it out. Thunderbolt almost picks it up itself. Ice Beam comes out again into the Thunderous. I guess he crit this one, so that's how I picked up the KO there. Doesn't matter differential, doesn't matter in playoffs. Just make sure this high horsepower hits. It does, and that will do it. So good game to Pat. It's definitely close. Both games, coming down to the last mon, so definitely a close match. Pat's gonna create a video on his channel. I'm gonna link it down below in the description. He was a great player. Tough matchup, tough team, and all in all, it was a great game. Great intro into the playoffs here. I'm making my run at my third time at the Alola Division trophy. So I don't know who my next opponent is. I accidentally clicked play again here. I don't know who my next opponent is, but it's either going to be my week 1 opponent in the Maryland Magnemites. The Fenhal Frosties, I think, was my week 4 opponent, or my friend Cam with the Manitoba Champions, who I've knocked out of the playoffs for the past 2 seasons. So I'm sure he would be looking for some revenge if I end up playing him. But anyway, once again, great game to Pat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Follow along for next week's game. All right, thanks.